Good evening and welcome everyone to this wonderful space here held by Creative Living Fellowship in Phoenix, Arizona at Religious Science Church, which I have the honor to be a staff minister here. And I welcome all of you that I've seen that you are connecting right now. So thank you for being here. Say hello in the chat, in the comments downstairs, and we can all participate. So today it's like every Monday. It's Monday practice with me, Reverend Jorge, and the intention of this space is to explore different spiritual practices that may enhance our traditional practice like prayer, meditation, mantras, yoga, so that we can have a variety of tools and a variety of practices that help us to always align with ourselves, with our higher selves, so that we can live our lives and move in our lives from a more um, conscious awareness of who we are in oneness and totally recognizing the God within us all the time. So that's basically the spiritual practices. All they have the same point is to bring us to the awareness of who we are. So, as well, what I like to do with Monday practice is that I'm trying to connect it with what's going on in Creative Living Fellowship on Sunday service. Remember, we are in person right now and in Embassy Suites here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I really would love to see you all of that. But at the same time, we streaming that in Facebook and YouTube, so you can visit it anytime, all the time to get the message, to get what is inspired, and get what is actually explored during the whole month. So for the month of July, which just start this weekend, we are going to explore the essence of freedom, related with actually with what we're celebrating here and tomorrow in the United States, which is the Independence Day. So and last Sunday, in a tumult of changes and transformation that we experienced there, our practitioner, Frank Beck, which is as well our animal chaplain, explored the topic of freedom begins at home, and her inspiring talk, she was actually exploring the concept of that freedom is within us. It's all bit right that it was in the readings that we read on Sunday, but it's just at the same time that it's always the freedom begins with us. And by inspired with this, I'm going to we're going to have a kind of exploration of something that I really find today that's beyond fireworks, celebrating our interdependence. Why? Because when in 4th of July is the Independence Day, but we here in religious science we know that we are one and we are in totally unity, and we are in that interdependence what despite of the what we see bodies like you and I, the clouds, the buildings, the trees, the butterflies, the animals, we are always in interdependence with each other and with everything. So this idea is being explored. We're going to explore it, but before we move on that, I want to invite everyone to donate and support us in many ways, and financial ways is one way. So you can actually use the PayPal um, link that I PayPal that I'm writing right now in the comments and downstairs on YouTube on Facebook. Also, you can actually text to a phone number that it's being um, there, PayPal, and and also you can actually use the donate button, the donate button that is here. And so you can use your cell phone things, but as well you can donate by the text So all the information is down there. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for be part of this amazing community, and thank you. And I see Kathy also greeted, say hello, and she's sending us a lot of a love and prayers and gratitude. Thank you, Kathy, for being here. I appreciate your participation. I appreciate that you are here despite that we are in one day of a holiday day, so many people is just traveling right now, and it's grateful and wonderful that as well. So as I said, inspired by last Sunday, I want to explore the connection between freedom and interdependence, because sometimes we forget that we are one and we are connected. So I want to share with all of you this quote that I have. When you reflect on your personal freedom, you can help but see the interdependence of life. We depend on people, lots of people. So, what it means that is that Greg Kretsch was actually exploring it in a beautiful article about our Independence Day and things like that. So sometimes we think that Independence Day is we are independent, we are on an island, and we live alone. But if we start to look at our freedom, our personal freedom, we can see that it's actually founded in the interdependence we they have. Start with our bodies. We depends, every cell depends on the food, the oxygens, the all the activity that every cell, every molecule in our body does. But as well, we do it with our society, with our families, with everything that surrounds us. So let's say that um, said that so if we do the attention to our freedom, we start looking at that. For example, he actually explored the concept of the bread that you get in your store, the freedom to get the type of bread that you like with or not of with gluten or not, the type of bread or more artisanal or more um, in a processed way, or more or actually all the you can get all the ingredients and make your own bread at the style that you want. Is actually super interconnected with each other. Why would we need all these farmers who produce the wheat? We need all the people who transport the all every element to make the bread. It's all the people who's working in the fabrics in the bakeries to produce the bread that we are eating, and so on the stores and so on the things, including in order to go to the store, all the pavement that we have to to run our cars, and it's also to run our cars. It's all the independence of all these people who is being built in our cars and may connect every part of the car to order. So I love this idea that Greg Craig is implied is that our freedoms are always are in the foundation of the oneness of the union that we are experiencing. So always we are connected. The life that we decide to live is actually interconnected as well with the society that we live, with the culture that we live, with the ideas where we live. The actually with the animals that we are surrounded, with the environment we are surrounded, with the earth, with the planet, everything is connected. We will not be experiencing our life and the freedoms that we enjoy without the interconnection. So what Greg actually invite us this time is to take awareness of this interconnection. Very simple. And in order to celebrate 4th of July right now, this Independence Day is actually to celebrate the Interdependence Day. So one way is we're going to move into a spiritual practice right now is into a silent time, and start to do a balance the how our freedom right now it's always interconnected. If you have an experience of a disease or experience of sadness, look at also the interconnection of that. that all the support, all the love, all the doctors, all the things, all the medicines, all the laboratories, all the discoveries, all the plants, all the elements that you use for the medicine, as well as if it's a personal situation, if I produce you sadness, look at all around all the interconnection actions of people, situations that make you experiencing that to for you growth, for your experience of life. So we're going to do that. And at this, in the second part, I'm going to give you an invitation for this week to start a new tradition to invite this celebration of independence through recognizing our interdependence, our union with God, and our union that we always share, that is there and always there, that make and support our freedom to think and freedom to choose, our freedom to live, our freedom to decide to live from our inner power or the self power. So, so I don't want to take too much more time. So please take a moment to relax, a moment to. Sorry, I'm under the weather. Um, to take a moment to breathe. Perfect. And now let's spend some minutes all together in this interdependence that we have, recognizing that how everything goes upstream and downstream in this wonderful union, in this wonderful stream of life. Yes, sometimes we feel that we are separated by our bodies, by our houses, by the walls, by our thoughts, or ideas, or beliefs. But beyond of that, it's actually like the freedom that it makes us have that experience, that belief that we are separated. But now we are just going to relax and start to recognize that interconnection, that union, that oneness that is actually beyond and behind and expanded and all connected, so that we can live this freedom, this free life where we can choose to live separated or to live in oneness. So let's take a moment and let's start to think in all the situation of our life and how all that is connected to someone that maybe we know or maybe we don't know. For example, the letter that you received today, the card that you received today, the bill that you received today. Look at that, how it's connected. From the paper that is on the envelope, someone somewhere cut a tree. Someone took it downstream and make it pulp, and then someone else and many others are being connected to create this paper. That someone also create a machine and have a workers folded and piled them to be sold by someone who drives someone from one place to another to the store. And now that a letter come to you, someone wrote something, made the sticker, put them, fold the paper, and send it. And now there is a mailman with a letter coming back to you, and it's there. And that letter is resting in a mailbox, that someone has designed, someone has think about it and make it. Look at how many hands, how many souls, how many, all of us together, just to deliver one envelope with one bill, one letter, one card. Now look at that. And look at the food that you have in your refrigerator. And start thinking on all the hands, all the things that is there. And if you eat bacon, think of it also in the animal that shared his life and his flesh so that you can be nourished. Your body can be nourished. Like now your phone rings and get a text. And look at how much all these people around the world came across to build that cell phone. And how many others has been climbing and build towers and technology and create ideas of technology to make possible that test come to you. And as well the person that is behind of the test sending you a hello and a here. What's for dinner? What are your plans for tomorrow? That's the person behind that. So now that you're looking everything all around you, remember that everything rests in this interconnection. Not just the interconnection of actions, labor, objects, but the interconnection that is greater than that, that makes all this possible, that we call God. Oneness. We are one. And we can see it all around. From the sky, blue sky, that is the reflection of the light with the oceans. Your hand, that is all possible by all this flesh and all molecular cells, organs, all interconnected, so that you can experience the touch, the wind, the feelings all around. By celebrating this interconnection, in this interdependence, we recognize our oneness, our union. So we know that everything is perfect, that all is here right now to recognize God, to recognize the love of God in our lives. And that's why we are celebrating the freedom and the interdependence, the freedom to choose from love or separation or fear. But that is all possible because we are one, and everything is working toward to that which you are desire, to that which you are living, to that forward that you are experiencing right now. Yes, we are the Christ, as you said, Kathy. We are the Christ consciousness in everyone, in everything, looking at each other. So that's the beauty of this oneness, so that we can look each other and see how everything blooms and expands like a tree, a wonderful tree. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. So continue for a few minutes, looking all around you. What happened in your day? And see the oneness, the interconnection, the interdependence that we always rest, that we always being sustained and supported by that source that we call love, that we call God. And now let's take a deep breath. And as I told you, for this week, I would love to that we recognize more, not just by your thoughts, by your this simple time, take a time to meditate and recognize the oneness in that in this interdependence that we have, but as well to create a new tradition for the 4th of July. It's not just about the fireworks, it's not just about the hot dogs and go out with friends and the barbecues and things like that. Wonderful. That's part of the interdependence. Celebrate with love, do the things that we love each other. But what if about we start to write a little thank you cards to the mailman, for example, to the person who is the cashier in your store, to the person who you feel that make you possible, your nurse, your doctor, and to recognize them that without them you cannot and we cannot be having this freedom of life, the freedom of movement, the freedom of um, to choose our products, to freedom to buy, to freedom to experience the life that we experienced so far. So it will be nice if we do it this week. We just say thank you. And if you are moving around on the street, just start to look at that and recognize how much independent have by driving the freeway, by having the car that you have, by go to the place where you are going, to enjoy the people and the food and the coffee and everything that you enjoyed. So see how much all these people around the world, because many of these products is not just made in here in America, it's all around the world, are coming to you make it possible that you live your life in freedom and in love and in just in connection. So thank you today for being here and in this pre-day of Independence Day, celebrating our interdependence. And if you like the music, here is the information. Rewrite the Star is the name of the song, and is Box of Music. It's actually a group of people who um, play with the piano and instruments with that. I love that. So thank you again for you, and I would love to hear your experience on for this Interdependence Day and celebration of a real true freedom by choices. Thank you, and I hope to see you next Monday here in Monday practice, so we can enjoy and explore more and more about the essence of freedom, where we are going to do all of July with different practice. So hope to see you next Sunday, all of you, and leave your comment and a thumbs up, please. That will help us a lot. So have a great day, and thank you again. Have wonderful 4th of July.